This is Matador News, and these are today's headlines.
If we Republicans choose Donald Trump as our nominee, the prospects for a safe and prosperous future are greatly diminished.
Former GOP presidential candidate Mitt Romney and current Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump trade insults.
Because he let us down.
A viral video shows a Baltimore school police officer slapping a student, and House of Cards Season 4 will be released this weekend on Netflix.
Hello and welcome to Matador News. I'm Grecia Lopez.
And I'm Celene Zavala. A Baltimore school police officer is caught beating a student on camera. The student is a 10th grader who attends Reach Partnership School in East Baltimore. The police were responding to a trespassing call from the school. Officers say the school was not able to identify the two young men as students when the police arrived. But the 16-year-old student's parents say he does attend the school. The video was filmed by a victim's friend and posted on Facebook. The city's police department's special investigation response team will be handling the case.
Drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman says he wants to be extradited from Mexico to the United States. A Mexican law enforcement official told CNN Guzman has asked to speed up the process to get him into the hands of U.S. authorities as soon as possible. Guzman is currently being held in central Mexico's Altiplano prison, the same prison he escaped in from July 2015. Mexican officials predict he will be in the U.S. within the next 2 to 3 months.
Officials say the Texas state trooper who pulled over a woman who later died in jail has been fired. Sandra Bland was pulled over last July for improperly signaling a lane change. She was later booked for assaulting a public servant after a heated argument caught on the officer's dash cam. She was found dead in her jail cell 3 days later. Texas Department of Public Safety Director released Trooper Brian Ensenina from his duties. The officer violated department standards when he pulled over Bland last July.
The Syrian telecommunications establishment says power is gradually returning to Syrian areas after a nationwide power outage earlier today. According to the Syrian Arab news agency, maintenance teams have been working to identify the cause of the blackout. Electricity blackouts have occurred frequently during the last 5 years. Previous blackouts have been blamed on rebel attacks targeting the electricity network.
Donald Trump and Mitt Romney are taking shots at each other. The GOP frontrunner says he could have had Romney beg on his knees for his endorsement in 2012.
He was begging for my endorsement. I could have said, Mitt, drop to your knees. He would have dropped to his knees.
The former GOP candidate is warning his fellow Republicans that if they don't work together, Trump might be on his way to nominations. And many Republicans feel that Trump is not the candidate to lead them to victory in November.
If we Republicans choose Donald Trump as our nominee, the prospects for a safe and prosperous future are greatly diminished.
The 4 remaining Republican candidates are preparing to take the stage again tonight in Detroit, Michigan.
Porter Ranch residents don't have to pack their bags just yet. Some residents had to relocate to temporary homes after the Alicia Canyon gas leak was first reported back in October. At first, they were given 8 days to move out after the leak was contained. But now, the Southern California Gas Company has been ordered by a judge to continue paying for their housing until March 18th. The LA County Board of Supervisors got a temporary restraining order to give residents more time to move back after some didn't feel safe to be back. The extended period will end up costing the gas company $2 million a day. In other local news, one of Los Angeles' favorite hiking trails, Runyon Canyon, will close for 4 months after starting April 1st. The temporary closure is to replace a 6-inch pipeline that stretches through the park. The hiking trail will be closed off except for the yoga field. The park is scheduled to reopen July 31st.
Now let's go back to the newsroom with Matador News reporter Stephanie Rivera with the latest information on the new Dreamer Center located in the CSUN USU.
Thank you, Celene. Many undocumented students attending CSUN have come big dreams. It has become difficult for them to pursue their dreams because federal immigration policies often work against them. Last spring, the USU opened a resource center called DREAM. The DREAM Center is to help undocumented students navigate the academic system and meet their goal of earning a college degree. DREAM Center intern Alvaro Castillo says students will always have a system of support.
Their sense of undocu-friendly zone. And the DREAM Center is actually in my opinion, uplifted a lot of the spirits of these students, because prior to the Dream Center, there's not that many on-campus resources that are directly tied for the benefit of undocumented students. So now that we have a formalized center, I believe there's a lot more inspiration and the belief that success is possible for these students.
This research center will help undocumented students gain leadership experience and professional development. For more information, the Dream Center is located at USU Building C. Now let's go to Julie Nesbitt with the latest in entertainment news.
Netflix will release Season 4 of The House of Cards this Friday. Kevin Spacey plays Frank Underwood, a ruthless politician who will do anything to get to the top. Spacey says he has been thinking about how his character would fare in the 2016 elections.
Everybody else would be dead. I think he'd fare incredibly well. I think, yeah. Someone asked me, would he support Donald Trump? And I said, oh, he'd definitely be behind him to shove him.
This season is said to include more juicy details between Frank and his wife Claire, played by Robin Wright. Ghostbusters creator Paul Feig releases the first trailer for the new all-female version of the movie. The movie stars Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Leslie Jones, and Kate McKinnon. The film also includes Chris Hemsworth, who will play the Ghostbusters receptionist. Sony hopes this film will restart one of their successful franchises and open the door for related films. Ghostbusters will be released in the US and the UK on July 15th. Now with what's new in health is Alicia Dieguez.
Google is donating $1 million to UNICEF to help fight Zika. Zika has become an epidemic in Latin America and the Caribbean. The money will help raise awareness, support vaccine development, and strengthen efforts against Zika transmission. Google is also sending top engineers and data scientists to help UNICEF visualize where potential outbreaks may come from. Google hopes donation will help UNICEF come up with the most effective strategies to tackle Zika. Cloudy with a chance of turbulence, starting next month, e-cigarettes will no longer be allowed on airplanes. While the ban already exists with some individual airlines, the new rule submitted to the Federal Register applies to passengers on all U.S. and foreign airlines with flights within, into, or out of the country. The ban takes effect 30 days from publication March 4th in the Federal Register. Transportation Secretary Anthony Fox says the final rule is important because it protects airline passengers from unwanted exposure to aerosol fumes, which occur when electronic cigarettes are used on board airplanes. Now back to Julie with business.
Google CEO Eric Schmidt is helping the Pentagon keep up with new technology and apply it at the Department of Defense. He will lead a new Defense Innovation Board to address problems and solutions to how their technology is used. Schmidt says Google's technology is continuing to advance.
Now, Google's technology is heavily encrypted internally, heavily fortified, and we have announced that we're making it even more so. We're using encryption and other powerful algorithms to make it very difficult that the US government can get your information or the Chinese government.
Schmidt hopes the board will clear the gap between how the U.S. military and the technology world work together. Sports Authority files for bankruptcy, saying it will close 140 stores nationwide. The company has been expected to take the step after missing a $20 million debt payment in January. A credit analyst says in long-term viability, Sports Authority needs to do more than just close stores. The process will take place over the next 3 months. The locations shutting down have yet to be announced. Now back to Alicia with sports.
A California family finds 7 authentic Ty Cobb baseball cards while cleaning out their great-grandfather's house. The family has decided to remain anonymous. The baseball cards were printed sometime between 1909 to 1911. Before this find, it was presumed only about 15 Ty Cobb cards were left in existence. It is unclear what the family wants to do with the cards, but if they do decide to sell them at auction, experts say they can receive over $1 million. The Los Angeles Clippers won their 3rd game in a row last night, defeating the Oklahoma City Thunder. Chris Paul led the Clippers with 21 points and 13 assists, while DeAndre Jordan had 20 points and 18 rebounds. For OKC, Kevin Durant led the team with 30 points and 11 rebounds. Durant attributed the loss to the team's undisciplined play. While OKC struggled to keep pace, last night's game was the largest comeback victory of the season for the Clippers, winning 103-98. That's all for sports. Now let's go back to Celene for more news.
Los Angeles residents should have their sweaters and umbrellas ready because this week's temperatures are expected to drop. From today until Saturday, temperatures are estimated to be around 66 to 70 during the days and 50s during the night. Showers are expected on Sunday and Monday with 100% chance of rain. The sunny, warm weather will be back Tuesday with mid-70s.
Today is World Book Day, and CSUN students say they wish they had more time to read these days.
I like books about law. That's what I want to do. So,
Right up.
For my assignments, really, that's really it. I don't just do it off on the weekends, not for fun. That's pretty much it.
In honor of Book Day, the CSUN Ambassadors program is hosting a book fair tomorrow from 9 a.m. in the morning to 4 p.m. in the afternoon at Baramian Hall.
Thank you for watching Matador News. I'm Celene Zavala.
I'm Grecia Lopez.
I'm Alicia Dieguez.
And I'm Julie Nesbitt. Follow us on Twitter at Mata Newscast for the latest updates. Have a great day.